morning, my name is John with the Pine Tree. I have the great pleasure of being out here with CCWD candidate Ed Rich and also current board member incumbent, right?
Incumbent.
Now, I guess if people don't follow CCWD much, or they're like, what's some of the high points of what you'd like to get across?
Well, the key thing with CCWD for people to understand is I'm one of about half of the people in this county that don't even get service from CCWD and other water districts,
right?
But I pay them property taxes. I'm on a well and I'm on a sewer. And
so you're on well and sewer, but you're still on the board.
And I'm on the board, and the reason I'm on the board is because when I started Calaveras Grown and Calaveras Olive Oil, we, in growing things, you go and you say, can I get more water? And the water districts, all of them, just looked at you like you were an alien. They were only geared up to putting water in subdivisions. I personally think boutique agriculture is the future of Calaveras County.
Right.
It's going to keep us rural. We're not going to have heavy jobs. Every vintner that I've met in my years before even getting on the board has told me that they could use more water and they would expand, and they can't get it. So I got on CCWD because I felt that CCWD's charter was in 1948 to supply water to anybody that needed it in the county. It didn't say only residences.
Right.
And my feelings are we got to start thinking of that. And so I add to the board, I'm the champion of boutique agriculture.
Now, many people have probably heard the use it or lose it argument. Is that a very valid thing going forward?
Without absolute question.
Okay.
See, the point with water is you can't own water. The state owns the water. You can't live without water.
Right.
Which means what the state does is allocate water to users on a reservation basis. In other words, let me give you an example. If I live at the top of the mountain and it snows, I catch that water and I eat it. But the snow that I don't catch goes down the mountain. It ain't mine no more, right? I can't stop it from going down the mountain.
Right.
And in Calaveras County in 1996, when they did the water plan, they were very good at getting lots of water rights in our 3 water areas.
Right.
The problem is all the justifications they used to get it, like expanding water into Wallace Person for nuts and crops, nothing was done.
Right.
So when we go back in 2015, what I expect the state to do is pick up our report and said, well, we gave you this water based on what you were going to do. How much have you done? And the answer is nothing. And see, water in a pipe is ours. That's the best protection. I'm trying to get more dollars allocated to extending raw water, particularly because I don't have to pay to purify it.
Right.
And my point is, if that's in our pipe, stays in our county, and that's a big issue.
And along that route, and this may be a little obscure, and I guess what we should say is we are just at the Angels Camp bypass opening. This was the official ribbon cutting when we were taping this just a few minutes afterwards.
And it's hot.
It is hot, yes. But I guess to go along with that, are there some things like groundwater recharge and things like that? Are those some red herring things, or are those legitimate as well?
They are not red herring. It's funny because I asked you how you could be taping this on this little bitty thing, and you told me that that's where it's headed. I'm a person that looks to the future.
Right.
I didn't get on the water district to solve your stopped up toilet today. I'll help with that.
Right.
I don't think that Calaveras County...
Well, what's your number? They'll call.
Yeah. See, Calaveras County is too small a county, and CCWD is still a small agency compared to the Bay Area, East Bay, Mud, and Stockton. We have got to be leaders, and what I've told many people when I got on the board, I'm not getting on there to make CCWD just a competent bureaucracy. I'm getting on there to make it a leader. We have got to look at more utilization of water. I'm known as Mr. Purple Pipe. I helped seed getting a general plan element. I'm trying to get new developments to put in dual systems. You don't have to flush your toilet with drinking water. You don't have to have drinking water in your fire hydrant if you plumb it.
Well, I guess a question here, one of these things is, what could the county government be doing better to help CCWD? Is that something that probably goes off our little campaign deal, but just as a background?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I think that we have, through our new board president, Bob Dean, and it started with board president Underhill, we did an outreach mode.
Yeah.
I mean, CCWD was reclusive and I'll wait till you go broke and then I'll take you over mentality, which I abhor.
Right.
Okay. I believe CCWD is supposed to be a resource to the whole county and every other district, okay? Period. we have really got a very good relationship with the county, and we brought on like Ed Patterson, who was our water manager. He's got extreme expertise in areas that you're talking
I think they're trying to compete with us back here.
Yeah, well, that's good too. But no, that's why when we went to the water, the Board of Supervisors said, let's add a water element in.
Right.
Is because what we're trying to do is get away from spot zoning, where you suddenly approve a project and there's no resources.
Right.
And what we're trying to do is be smart about how to turn it
down. Government relations.
Oh, the government relations, I think they're as good as they've ever been. I mean, the board is very easy to work with. You know, when we did the general plan element, we didn't want it to be a CCDWD element. It was a county element.
Right.
We invited everybody in, you know, and you got different points of view. The point is to trying to convey to the county what things need to be evaluated in our resources with our land planning. Because land planning is separate from resource allocation, and they've got to be married. The other thing we're trying to do, and you touched on it before, see, I think CCWD can be a leader, and we can be, by a small agency, we need to be a resource in such things as, and we've got to get into groundwater recharge. We've got to get into vernal pool and wetlands mitigations. We should have anything that CCWD can charge for other than flushing your toilets. We should generate revenue to help keep our costs down.
Right.
Because our customer base isn't big enough to ever make us economical compared to an urban area. However, we can do things and sell services, and we're starting to do it.
You could green up this whole
We can
thing,
green up, and you know, the courts are putting higher priority for water use to fish. We got lots of stream. Let's have fish in them. Let's have people on CCWD that are environmental experts. And you know, I'm really working hard, and our staff, to get beyond what I call the turtle stage.
Right.
They came to their office, they put their shells on, they looked at their desk, and they did today what they did yesterday, and that's what we're going to do tomorrow. I'm really working hard to excite these people. I think we got some talented people in CCWD. They have not been charged up with be creative, be innovative, okay, and help. I'm trying to get a resolution, and I'm told it's against the law, and I don't believe that. I'm trying to just put in that if the employees come up with a suggestion that saves us money, I can give them a bonus.
Right.
I mean, come on.
Right.
But I think it's cool. I think, and you know, that's the only thing is, I didn't want to make it just a bureaucracy.
Right.
I want to make it a top. I want you to be proud of CCWD, and I want everybody to say those people are on top of it. And we're headed in that direction, but it's an uphill climb.
Now, how many years have you been on the board now?
I've been on 3.5. Just one term.
So you're one term, so you're going for another.
I'll do one more, but I won't do two. One's all I can do. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
All right, Darren. And by the way, I'm serious as hell.